So today we want to talk to you guys about why we chose the Mercedes 170 Extended Sprinter van.
That's our van.
We get asked a lot, why did you choose a Mercedes Sprinter van? Why didn't you just go ahead and buy an RV or do an Airstream? If you guys have so much in your van, why didn't you just do these things? And we're going to kind of break it down for you guys in two different sections. We're going to do it why we chose a camper van, and then specifically why we chose a Mercedes 170 Extended Sprinter van.
So inside our camper, RV, trailer, whatever we were going to decide, we wanted a full-time bed, one that doesn't convert because we both don't like making the bed, a toilet/shower, a functioning kitchen, room to store our bikes inside. We didn't want a bike rack on top or on the back, and a functional working/office space.
As far as like size and build, we knew there were a few things that we wanted to take into consideration. First, reliability. We are not mechanics. We didn't feel like having to worry about something that was going to break down all the time.
I'm here for the Civic. The brake drums are shot and you need a new transmission.
What? All I wanted was an oil change.
Well, you're lucky you caught these problems now before they cause you some serious trouble.
Second, we wanted something that's going to be easy to maneuver. We like going into cities just as much as we like going up to the mountains, and so we wanted something that wasn't going to be impossible to park in cities. Three, we wanted something that was going to be able to go off-grid. We wanted to be self-sustainable for at least a few days at a time, and so we knew it needed to have solar power, and we needed to be able to do, have good water tanks, gray water, all this kind of thing. As far as stealth parking, we get asked that a lot. Originally, we're like, oh yeah, we'll try stealth parking.
Oh, you kind of snuck up on me there.
I am very, very sneaky, sir.
When push comes to shove, we don't like to stealth park unless we have to. Our van is not the most stealthy looking. That's not a main consideration. It's just an added bonus that we could probably slip in easier than most.
So because we knew we wanted to move around, we knew that a Class A or B probably wouldn't be an option for us because those are a little bigger.
Yeah, and we love the idea of an Airstream or even a pool behind trailer. That way we could, drop it off at a campsite or something, and then drive the car into town. It'd be much easier. But we didn't already have an SUV. We were driving a Prius around, and it was older, and so we would have to buy a very reliable car, plus the trailer, plus any renovations that we may want to do on a trailer, because we weren't going to be able to buy a new Airstream or a new trailer. So between all that, we just knew that a pool behind wasn't going to be the best option for us. Also, we didn't want to have to rely on getting campsites all the time or even BLM. We wanted to be able to go into cities, and if we wanted to, park at the street or in a smaller parking lot, we could do that.
Yeah. So the trailer's out.
Side note on pulling a trailer, later into the process of looking at all these, we realized we wanted something that we weren't going to have to get out of our bed, get out of the actual cabin and move to another car to move away if we felt unsafe in a situation. And while this is very rare, the safer you play your parking situations, the better. Yeah. It has happened to us, 2 or 3 nights now?
Two or three times we've had to get up and move because we just didn't feel safe.
We always go with our gut, and there's been a few nights just in the last 6 months that we're like, okay, I don't feel great about this, we're gonna move on, and it was really nice being able to just hop up into the driver's seat instead of having to get out and go around.
So then we got to the camper van, and those seemed to check off some of the boxes that we were looking for. Functionality, size, reliability.
And price.
So we knew that if we were going to do the camper van and we were going to make it work, we would have to customize it ourselves.
Yeah, we hadn't seen anything out there that really was going to fit our needs. I mean, especially with the workspace. The workspace was different, and we weren't always planning to bring our iMacs along. That was just, we have the space, we can do this versus laptops. It's actually more cost efficient for us to go ahead and bring them. Yeah. But we did want somewhere good for both of us to have a space to work, and we hadn't seen that, so we knew it was going to have to be customized.
So how did we decide the Mercedes Sprinter van?
I guess going from 1,000 square foot, 900 square foot apartment, I knew that I was going to need to have, I needed to have the luxuries of a shower and a toilet and a bed and all this kind of thing, which really put us at needing the 170. We also liked Mercedes because they've really been making the camper vans pretty much longer than anybody. Yeah. Volkswagen may be ahead of them, but Mercedes really appealed to us because, everybody from electricians to FedEx to Amazon, they all drive these vans now. And so there's going to be a mechanic, no matter where you are, somebody's going to know how to work on a Mercedes, and the parts are not so crazy. They're easy to come by.
They are easy to come by. And let's be real, it's a scary thing to think I'm going to move from my apartment, which isn't very big to begin with, or it's moderate, to an even smaller size. And so that's why we're leaning towards the 170, because at least it'd be a little more room.
Yes.
just a tiny bit.
A bit more room. We ended up getting the 170 extended. That wasn't always our plan. It just ended up being an extra 18-inch bonus at the back of it.
Yeah.
Didn't really add anything to the cost actually, but we are glad that we bought that.
And they're harder to find than the 170s.
Pretty rare, actually.
Yeah, so, but we were able to find one.
Yeah, it doesn't really take up any extra parking in the parking lot. I mean, 18 inches really, in the 170 and the 170 extended, you're going to be about a space and a half. We noticed in Texas, all the parking spaces were really big. So in Texas, we were just one spot. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Thank you for accepting us, Texas.
We also really liked that the Mercedes were diesel. So that was definitely a selling point to us.
Yes. So we did start searching for used vans, used Mercedes Sprinter vans, and they go kind of like hotcakes. The demand for these vans is crazy right now.
You have to move fast.
And so by the time we would get to one, it was already gone. And then it wasn't really meeting up, it didn't meet to our standards. And so we decided, why don't we just buy new?
Yeah, and I think besides just the accessibility of newer vans versus used vans, the used vans go faster than the new ones do, there was also the reliability issue. We definitely wouldn't have known the history of a Sprinter van, even if they told us they knew the history. We never know. There's always the question of, what if something goes in it? And we had seen horror stories where somebody would drop, $25,000 on a Sprinter van with 50 or 75,000 miles on it, and then a year or two later, they're pouring $15,000 in for the transmission and $15,000 for the engine, and suddenly they're more than what we paid for our new Sprinter van.
We were willing to pay a higher premium to eliminate the risk, because I don't want to be stranded on the side of the road.
We were in a place that we could buy a new van. I mean, we had good credit, and we had
and we didn't have another car.
We did, but when we paid cash for that years earlier, it was an older car, and so we had really saved ourselves car payments, and so we decided a new van was going to be the option for us. So when we bought our van, they were actually running a special where it was like a 7-year extended warranty. I think it was 150,000 miles. So that also comes with like roadside assistance and peace of mind that if something goes wrong, good chances are we're going to be covered. 7 years is a long time. I don't know if we'll do van life 7 years. Maybe we will.
Maybe we will.
7 years is a long time though. We got to 1 year.
And if we do it for 7 years, we're covered by Mercedes Sprinter. So thanks, Mercedes.
So we bought our 2018 Mercedes 170 extended Sprinter van, new, right off the lot with 12 miles on it in Knoxville, Tennessee for about $42,000. That doesn't include taxes or any of that kind of thing.
Registration fees.
Registration, yeah. I mean, all that is just the van. We did, in spirit of full disclosure again, we did get a loan on our van. And so our loan rate is pretty low. And we also were able to put a very large chunk down on the van. So our payment every month isn't that bad.
And if you want to know how much we spent to convert our brand new Mercedes Sprinter van, we just released a new video. And so you can click up here. Somewhere.
I'll put it on there somewhere.
Yeah.
Something we want to say though is that prior to choosing a camper van, back when we were weighing all of our options, is we did go to lots of RV lots and checked out Sprinter vans. We talked to people and all kinds of things who had self-converted and professionally, like the Winnebago ones, all this kind of thing. And we really walked through and tried to imagine ourselves living in it. Something we didn't do that we've heard since is a really great idea, and I wish we had.
I wish we would have done
Thankfully,
it too.
we landed on something we liked, but you can actually go out and rent Sprinter vans. And I've seen a lot of other van life people who recommend go try it out for 2 days or 5 days or whatever and see how you really like. Maybe you try out a 170 and say, oh, I want to go 144, or you try out a 144 and say, oh, I definitely need at least a 170, if not like a full-blown RV.
So we actually partnered with some great friends that live right outside of a national park in Canada. And if you want to rent one of their Sprinter vans, you can.
This is a partnership that we came up with them that we actually I don't know if we've ever endorsed anybody on here.
We've never endorsed anybody, but these guys are amazing.
They've done some incredible things with their vans that I look at it and I'm like, oh, we could do that upgrade in our van. Like if you guys want to go check out a really awesome 170 4x4 Sprinter van, go talk to these guys. It's Yama Nomads, and they are based in Calgary,
Alberta.
Alberta.
Calgary, Alberta.
weird.
And because we've partnered with these amazing people, they've actually allowed us to give a coupon code out. So, and it's Kramer.
Kramer is the discount code. We'll include all the information below, but essentially you can go and try out their van. They live in an awesome city next to one of the most beautiful national parks we've ever been to. We went there a couple summers ago and tried out Banff and Jasper and all that. And it would be an amazing way to test out a camper van. So if you guys are interested in this van life thing, highly recommend going to them. They are very knowledgeable and they've put together a great product. So
Sarah, in hindsight, are we glad that we chose the 170 extended?
we staged this question, but do you even know what I'm going to say?
I think you're going to say, in hindsight, yeah, we are glad, but you'd be okay going smaller.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. I think the only way I would have gotten on the road in a camper van is probably to have the biggest camper van. I needed to have all those luxuries early on. In hindsight, I'm really glad. We have no intentions of selling our van. We're never going to be van converting company or anything like that to our knowledge, but we're really happy in our van. There's definitely times I look at it and I'm like, oh, I could really do a 144, something really small would be really nice.
Yeah.
But that would also mean giving up my shower, which love that shower. Used it last night. Maybe one day we'd go 144. I think if we did, it may be with the plans of doing van life part-time.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we're going to live full-time on the road forever. For the foreseeable future, yes, we're going a lot slower on our road trip than what we thought. But one day, I think it'd be hard for me to go from like van life full-time to living full-time in an apartment or a home.
It's got to be a hard transition. Like your place isn't moving anymore. Like
I get restless too easy.
You just staying. So the answer to that question is no. We're really happy.
We're really happy. Would we go smaller one day? Maybe, but we have no plans of it. So
cool.
Is that good?
Yeah. Hey, thanks again for watching this video. If you want to learn more about who we are, or you want to learn how much we spent on converting our van, make sure you watch some of the latest videos, and we'll see you next time.